Well, speaking of tablets, Dell stretches the ultra slim Android Slate to 10.5 inches. They had a remarkably thin Venue 8 tablet. Now we have the Venue 10 tablet. Is it remarkably thin, Jeff? I'm seeing some round speakers at the bottom. Is that an attachment or is that built in?
That's a built-in handle. It reminds me of, I think Sony came out with a tablet that had kind of a cylindrical grip on one end a few years ago, and this is kind of the same deal. So it's a very thin tablet, just like the Venue 8, and then it's got this kind of grip on the end that houses the speakers and also serves as an attachment point for this optional keyboard. So it's actually a convertible that you can do in a bunch of different configurations, like a clamshell or a tent or any of the other yoga poses that they've got for these devices now. So it is kind of a weird design. I like the idea. I haven't actually used a tablet that has this kind of shape before, but I can conceptualize how it makes sense and how it would be more comfortable for one-handed reading, which I do a lot with a tablet. And then the ability to plug it into what looks like a decent keyboard. It's got a touchpad integrated. It's USB backlit, or it's backlit. I think it connects over Bluetooth, so it's not something that has like an integrated battery that's going to give you extra battery life or extra USB ports or anything like that. But it does look like a nice add-on keyboard, and it's actually the same price as the keyboard for the Surface 3. So it's $130, and then the entry-level price for the tablet is the same as well at $499.
Interesting.
Also an Atom-based tablet, but this time running Android.
Yeah.
It's
And a
I would just
really
love to know, like, how many Venue 8 tablets has Dell sold?
I don't know.
Well, think about it though. I mean, the weird thing is, like, what? Well, the Venue 8 isn't bad. Jeff, you reviewed it, but the Android tablet space hasn't been really in a good place for a while.
Well, that's my point. Is like, and look, none of us are in office environments, right? We all work from home and or for small companies. None of us are in foreign environments, i.e. overseas, Japan, China. None of us are in government situations where people are deployed. You could foresee, of course, that Dell working with a gigantic number of government contractors. They have security clearances, a lot of different things that they can do to sell these wholesale or sell them at a special corporate rate. So we're not exposed to any of that stuff. Mm-hmm. But I never see anything but an iPad or like maybe a Surface tablet out in the wild, or maybe like a Galaxy Note. And that's like, I'm talking like Subway in the wild. So it's like, or on planes. I mean, again, I'm such a small microcosm, but I don't see this stuff out there. And I wonder, like, who's buying this stuff? It's like who watches Big Bang Theory and how, who watches that show? I've never met anyone who watches that show. It's well reviewed, but who watches that show? Sorry.
I think that show is like a big hit, so I think that might be different from like Android tablets.
Well, the Android tablets are a big hit, but it's not really one in particular. It's just kind of, they're all cheap, so people buy them, and this is kind of the antithesis because it's a very high-end Android tablet that is really nice. I mean, I like the Venue 8 quite a lot. I think it's one of the best Android tablets out there. This might beat it. Screen is one of the big aspects that is kind of a standout, and this has it's based on the same type of OLED technology, has the same 2560 by 1600 resolution, so it's a nice high-res screen, much higher resolution than you get in the Surface 3 and even the iPad Air 2, which all start at the same price. So I like Android as an operating system, and if I had money to spend on a tablet, I would buy something like this because it's a nicer version of Android. So if Android fits what you want to do, then this works nicely, whether or not Android has enough apps and enough sort of corporate friendly features to make this worthwhile for sort of the business customers that it seems to be targeted at. I don't know. But as in an Android slate, it looks really nice to me.